coming together on illegal immigration. Georgia is trying to become the next Arizona. The Peach State wants to enact the same get tough on illegal stance that Arizona's been pushing, and the federal government has been fighting. Leading that charge is Georgia's Republican Congressman Tom Graves, who joins us on the phone. Congressman, good to have you. What's this all about?
Well, thank you, Neil. And you know what this is really all about is that the federal government's not doing its job in defending our borders, and so like Georgia, Alabama, Arizona, and others are having to step up and pass laws within their own states. And I have to give credit to State Representative Matt Ramsey and, of course, Governor Deal and the State General Assembly who passed this last year. And federal court has been holding it up. This thing will see how the Arizona law is taken in the Supreme Court, and before we allow your law to move forward. Now, Georgia's saying, hey, wait a minute, you upheld a portion of Arizona's law. Georgia's mirrors that. So allow us to begin implementing at least that portion while the rest works through the courts. And, you know, as you know, everything is sort of held up in the courts right now, and Georgia just saying, hey, let us take care of ourselves and get the federal government out of the way.
What the Supreme Court essentially approved of Arizona doing was it can check folks for papers and documents and that sort of thing in their cars, in this case, let's say. But by the same measure, there's no requirement that people have papers and documents. So it was sort of like a kind of a half-assed decision, but it was what it was, is what it is. So could you not be trapped by the same vagueness of that who's on first ruling by the court? Because you could be damned either way.
Well, what Georgia's law did, and basically just said that local police can request the status of a suspect that you know that is committed or they believe committed state or federal crime if they cannot produce identification. So they're saying, look, somebody has identification, great, but if they can't produce it, who are we to know whether they're lawfully in our country or not?
But what prompts the stop, Congressman? I think that's what a lot of citizen rights groups and all fear, that based on the color of people's skin, you know, law enforcement authorities are going to go haywire. What would be the standard by which a policeman could pull someone over?
Well, Georgia's law is based on if somebody's suspected of a crime, a state or federal crime, then their actual identification, if they don't produce identification, then they can move with requesting their status of citizenship. But and I will add this, many jurisdictions in the state have gone through called the 287G program, a federal program where the police officers have been trained in how to work with other law enforcement agencies as they're moving through these decisions they're having to make about the status of a person. So it's all about, are they lawfully in the United States or not?
All right. We shall see. Very good having you, Congressman. It's a mess, but maybe Georgia can figure it out or find the right middle ground on all of this. All right, when we come back, the big attention right now afforded one Chuck